What are you doing in your single years is going to help you become a wife?
Work on myself. Work on what my priorities, my goals,
my. Johnny Gill ass. Me. Who listen to this selfishness?
I'm proud. If you want to say I'm being selfish, okay, I'm finally being selfish.
Good. Die alone. You can be proud and die alone. That's cool.
I'm going through a bit of a phase right now where I'm a little bit sad and lonely. So instead of looking for a relationship, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a puppy. I would just like to address something. So recently I posted something about how I can be really lonely being single sometimes. And so many people responded being like, well, just learn to love yourself and, work on yourself, and then the right person will come along. And while I appreciate that and all, I do love myself, and I have worked on myself for years so I can truly love myself and love my own company and my alone time and everything else. But that doesn't mean that I can't also be lonely sometimes and want to share my life with someone. So, the next time someone says something like that, just know that it might be slightly insulting when your only response is just work on yourself and someone will come along.
All right, guys, so that was the late, great Kevin Samuels talking about these single ladies, these strong, independent women that don't need a man or kids, talking about the unfortunate reality that a lot of them don't realize until it's too late, that they're going to probably die alone, okay, which is a terrible thing. But hey, that's what society tells women they should want, right? They should strive to be strong and independent because you don't need a man, you don't need kids. You're better off being 40, 50, 60 years old and single than to be with a man and have kids, to have a family, right? That is what Chelsea Handler here is promoting, okay, in this very cringe video for the Daily Show, in which, again, it seems like she's coping with reality that she knows as a 47-year-old washed-up comedian. And again, she's probably going to die alone, okay? Single, no man, no kids, but she's trying to cope with that, right? She's trying to make it seem like a life as a older single woman with no kids is so great, right? So great. So we're gonna react to this and see what's so great about this.
This is a day in the life of a childless woman. I wake up at 6 a.m. I remember that I have no kids to take to school, so I take an edible, masturbate, and go back to sleep.
Hey, this is the first thing I thought when I saw this video. I'm like, if I was a 47-year-old man, right, being a 47-year-old man, if I'm waking up in the bed alone with no wife, okay, at my side, okay, and I'm getting high, right, and beat my meat, then I'm a loser. Right? I'm a loser. As a man, you are a loser if that's your life at 47 years old, getting high and beating off, okay? I'm just saying. But for a woman, though, apparently that's supposed to be attractive, right? That is supposed to be an attractive thing. I'm not sure if I'm convinced that, again, this is the life that women should want, when they're older, okay? No husband, no man, no kids, getting up at 6 a.m., getting high and masturbating, right? I'm not seeing what's so attractive about this.
I wake up at 12:30 p.m.
Wow, wake up at 12:30 p.m. Again, as a man, if a man gets up at 12:30 p.m., that means he ain't got a job, right? Again, more signs he's probably a loser, okay? How in the world can the independent modern woman who's supposed to have a job get up at 12:30, okay, and claim to be so happy and successful? I don't understand.
And get ready for a busy day of doing whatever the I feel like. I put on my most impractical and stylish shoes since I won't be chasing a child around the grocery store. I go to my fave spot in Paris to grab a croissant. I do a meditation sesh on the plane since I have no screaming kids, allowing me all the time in the world to become enlightened. The weightlessness of my existence has granted me superhuman powers.
Yeah, so again, what really bothers me about this is this idea that you can't do any of this stuff without children, okay? I believe that you can. You can still become enlightened, okay? You can still work on yourself. you can still, find ways to, self-improve or whatever, even with children. I don't think children are necessarily a bad thing or a hindrance to that. If anything, it probably can enhance that experience. Okay. But for whatever reason, again, this is the propaganda that they're pushing to women, that this is your life. If you don't have kids, you can go to Paris, right? You can, meditate and go see the Mona Lisa and blah, 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 blah. But the reality is that I don't think that this is very fulfilling as a single person, because again, you're alone. Okay, you're alone when you're doing this. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that maybe you can't do this in your 20s and 30s and have fun and stuff like that. Definitely, for sure, 100%. Even as a single person, you can. But I feel like when you're getting up there in age, okay, when you get into your 40s, your 50s, or whatever, your 60s, I think life becomes about, having like genuine, real experiences, right? I think all the materialism and stuff like that kind of goes out the door. And I think at that point in your life, you probably going to want, actual real family around you. You're going to want, kids and, people to actually really enjoy this stuff with. Okay. I can definitely see in your 20s and 30s how doing this stuff single alone can be very enjoyable and fulfilling when you're finding yourself, right? But if you haven't found yourself in 47 years, there's some problems. There's some issues.
Human powers. I teleport myself back home. Then I get ready for a night out with whatever hot guy I met on Raya.
Wow. So again, getting your cheeks clapped by random dudes, right? That's the life, right? A 47-year-old woman getting your cheeks clapped by random dudes. That's what you want. Amazing. Again, I'm not sure how fulfilling that is. That seems to be, again, more kind of, vanity and materialism and, seeking attention, okay, and some type of, companionship, probably in the wrong place, okay? Seems to me she's probably going to go through more emotional trauma, right, going down this path than just having kids and a husband, okay, and just, trying to have a traditional life. I don't know. I'm just saying. She only got so many miles on that, right? She only got so many miles. Once she gets, about 60, 65, 70, she ain't going to be able to just hit up hot guys on Tinder and have them come through and, beat it up. She's at that point, you're going to be moving into a nursery home, right? Because you don't have kids, right? To take care of you, okay? You don't have a husband to take care of you or whatever. Again, that's what's going to happen, right? This is what this person's destined to do. They're destined to end up in a nursing home. And see, the funny thing is that this person's 47. If she would have had kids, I don't know, in her 20s, they'd probably be grown and out of the house by now, okay? Be grown out of the house, and she could still be doing stuff like this, but with real people that care about her, right? Not this fake stuff that she finds on the internet.
That morning, I call up a babysitter and tell her that I don't need her since I still don't have kids. Now it's time for a workout, so I hit Mount Everest for a quick climb. I invent a time machine, go back in time, and kill Hitler.
Freeze, you bastard!
It's amazing what you can do when you have this much free time. And that's a day in the life of a childless woman.
Wow. Wow. I don't think this is going to be a happy ending. I really don't think it's going to be a happy ending. I don't think, any woman is going to go out and become some amazing inventor. Gonna invent a time machine and save the world, right? Just because she doesn't have kids or a man. But she definitely got roasted in the comment section because this really is an epic level of copium here, right? This is nothing but straight copium to the brain, to the dome, high off copium. So it's right here. Liz Willis says, I wouldn't trade my beautiful, sweet daughter for all the self-love in the world because you know what? Self-love is just materialism and self-idolatry. It's nothing. It's empty. It's vapor in the wind. But the tiny, precious soul I'm shepherding, that's eternal. It's real love. Well, I kind of agree with that to a certain extent. But like I said, I think it kind of evolves over time. I think that is definitely benefits to finding yourself and, self-love and stuff when you're young. But as you get older, I think you need more than that. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I'm not older, right? So maybe I don't have enough experience to really speak on this. Robert Starbucks says, you can't hide your misery. This person says, boy, oh boy, did she just pathetically and desperately try. Just another day of not being funny. This is the saddest thing I've ever seen, and also a reason for every young woman not to repeat your horrendous existence. Oh man, just another day without the love of a child, the joy of watching a child grow, the happiness of seeing the world through your child's eyes. Just a sad, washed up, pathetic woman who isn't funny. A woman thinks a man peeing in her face is better than the love of a child. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. This unrequested video smacks of defensiveness. Nobody cares about this, but you know who would care and be curious about all the dumb little stuff in your life? Your kids. Although, honestly, you seem like not a great person, so you probably wouldn't be a great mom. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it is a cope. It is definitely coping in my opinion. But hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. You know, there's women out there that think that, hey, you know, dying alone is ideal. Who knows, right? But I don't think it is. I'm just saying, I don't necessarily know if this is going to have a good ending for Chelsea Handler. But hey, you know, she's rich, okay? Except she doesn't have anybody to really share all that money with, right? So I guess, you know, it really only does so much. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black assertive perspective. Peace.